Hey, this is Russ. I think I mentioned this once before, but I'm going to say it again. I can't watch a television show without making comments. I don't know about you, but it just drives me nuts to watch something that I know is not right and then just sit there and not say anything because there's other people in the room. I'll just come out and say things. So you don't want to watch a movie with me. Okay, if I'm at a movie theater, I do stay quiet. All right. But if I'm at my home and I'm watching a television show, you're going to hear me say things. Drives my wife nuts. I can't watch, for instance, I can't watch law enforcement stuff without having a comment to be made because I know they can't do certain things. Yeah, I mean, they TV shows make it so glamorous. It's like, oh, the forensic guy can basically do anything. He has all these special tools and they don't do that. I mean, I'm constantly saying they don't do that. They can't. That's not real. Yeah, you don't want to watch a show with me, or anything that has to do with medical examiner stuff. Okay, here's what I do. I watch the dead body and I watch to see if he's breathing because they're always breathing. Come on, they're not dead. Next time you watch something like that, watch the body on the slab. Okay, see if it's breathing. Okay, they'll be in the autopsy room and they'll say, okay, we got to do this autopsy. And then, the detective is talking to the medical examiner, and as they're talking, watch the body because they're always breathing. I think the very first show I saw this happen was Crossing Jordan. Do you guys remember this show? I think it was an NBC show. And I think that was the first show I saw where they actually showed a lot of things that kind of looked like they were really doing an autopsy. So, but I did notice that the bodies were moving. I mean, to me, that's funny. I mean, they don't use mannequins, okay? They use real people, and I don't know what they do for the close-ups. Obviously, are not, but when the guy's just laying there, you could watch and you could see the bodies are breathing. That's just me, okay? Just kind of drives me nuts when I see that. I'm laughing at it. I'm not upset about it, but I'm laughing at it. And maybe you don't know my background. Many of you guys do, but I used to work in forensic work. Yeah, I used to work with a couple of police agencies, and I've gone to homicides and I've gone to autopsies. I've taken photos there. I've done all that stuff. So I am a trained evidence technician. I do have degrees in it, okay? But to me, I cannot sit there and watch a television show that glamorizes, all the stuff that these forensic guys are doing, and I just can't do it without saying something. And so my wife just hates that. She says, "You're just ruining the entire show for me." It's just me. I don't know. Do you guys do that? Do you have to make comments when you're seeing shows? Okay, here's another thing I do. Now, I told you guys, too, that my wife had been watching, these Korean dramas and Chinese shows and a lot of Asian shows. She watches so much of it that, when Netflix suggests movies to you, they're all Asian movies. Every one of them. So we have two accounts. It's one under my name, one under her name, because, you can do that. And so if we want to see things that are not Asian-related shows, we have to go under my account because my account has all the, the American shows and the like. But if we want to see Asian stuff, we move over to her account because all the recommended shows are the Asian shows, okay? So I have a funny thing with those shows because she pointed it out to me first, okay? So this happens a lot in the Chinese shows. I don't know about the Korean shows, but we've noticed it on the Chinese shows. So, where the Chinese do well is they do well in the period movies where they have like these guys that are in ancient China and, the guys are all dressed up in the ancient, clothing and all that stuff. They do those shows well. I think the current day type shows, the Koreans do a lot better. They have some actually really good shows. You should watch. Well, okay, if you don't mind reading subtitles, you should watch some of these current Korean shows. But anyways, in the Chinese shows, here's what my wife noticed. They're inside supposedly a building. It's like the emperor's I don't know, castle. I don't know what you would call that. Palace. Okay, palace. They're inside the emperor's palace and they're talking and whatever. You could see their breath. You know what that tells me? they don't pay for heating in the inside of the set, or they build these sets outside, okay, and they're just telling you that they're inside because you can see the set in the background, but you can see their breath, you can see the steam and everything coming out of there. If they're supposedly inside, why is it so cold? And if you look at their clothing, you know, they're just wearing, you know, summer clothes and stuff, and yet you can see their breath. So I'm thinking these actors must really suffer to make this movie because they're freezing to death when they're making these movies. Come on, you can see their breath. My wife noticed that first, and then she's like, look, you can see it. I go, all right. I said, this is exactly the same thing that I say about the bodies moving. So she looks for that. I look for the bodies moving. Anyways, tell me what you guys look at. What do you look at? What do you look for when you look at a movie? You're looking for, you know, things where they messed up. I mean, I don't want to point these things out, but you know, how could you miss that? I mean, you just have to laugh when you see stuff like that. Tell me, okay? Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Talk to you guys next time.